I thought my daughter had a speech impediment, and it ended up saving my life. I thought my daughter had a speech impediment, and it ended up saving my life. For 9 months, I was dying to hear my daughter say her first word. Every other parent at her daycare had stories about first words, always dada or mama. But Lauren stayed silent. She'd point, laugh, cry, but no words yet. We were terrified she'd be mute her entire life, but every test came back normal. Some children are just late talkers, they'd always say, but I could see the concern in her eyes. My wife Kyla and I tried everything. Reading constantly, narrating our days, speech therapy exercises, nothing worked. Then one morning, clear as a bell, Lauren looked right at me and said her first word. I was so stunned, she actually spoke. She said, "Zach." I didn't know what to do. After all that waiting, all that worry, she finally spoke. I was so relieved I actually laughed. It wasn't dada like I'd hoped, but who cares, right? My baby was a talker. I was so excited, ready for her to start saying more words. However, Lauren kept saying Zach over and over. At first it was cute, like she was practicing her new skill. I thought it was just a random sound she was making, not the name at all. I asked everyone we knew if they knew a Zach. My parents, Kyla's parents, the neighbors, the daycare workers when she used to go. Nobody. I even checked the TV shows she watched, thinking maybe there was a character named Zach she'd latched onto. Nothing. Kyla thought I was being paranoid. She's just making sounds, she said. But Lauren would look around when she said it, like she was looking for someone. After 2 weeks of this, I finally asked Kylie, our babysitter. She came 3 days a week while Kyla and I worked, just to take some stress off. Kylie got this guilty look on her face. I sometimes bring my boyfriend over after Lauren's asleep. She was nervous, but I just wanted to know his name. Jack, I sighed of relief, thinking that's who it was. Kids mishear things all the time. Maybe she couldn't say the letter J yet. I was so relieved. Mystery solved. I told Kylie it was no big deal as long as the baby came first, and she told me absolutely. I told Kyla that night, and we both laughed about how worked up I'd gotten over nothing. I really wanted to know how Jack was getting her to talk, so I got an idea. I set up a small camera in the living room, small enough for nobody to notice. Sure enough, that Friday, Kylie brought someone over, a tall, skinny kid named Jack. They sat on the couch watching TV after putting Lauren down. I could hear them talking, and she definitely called him Jack. So Lauren had been saying it wrong, just like we thought. I was gonna take it down, ready to stop thinking about it, but I had to go away for a work trip the next day. I decided to leave it up, just to keep an eye on things while I was gone. The first day was normal. I checked the camera a few times. Kyla playing with Lauren, bedtime routine, nothing unusual. The second day, I didn't check it until lunch. I felt homesick, so I opened the app, just to see what my wife was up to. Then, I saw it all. Some guy was sitting on my cough, holding my daughter, tickling her. I had no idea who he was, until my wife walked into the room and sat down. I thought it was a friend or something that came by to say hi, but then I watched more. Kyla was now next to him, way too close. I rewound the footage to before. Kyla had let him in, kissing him at the door. I felt my heart literally shattering. They'd played with Lauren together like some happy family, and then I heard it. Kyla called him something that made my face turn beet red. She called him Zach, not Jack. Zach. I was in shock. The truth was staring at me in the face the whole time. There were tears covering my phone. I stopped calling her for days, and kept watching the footage. Zach came over every day I was gone. They were careful when Lauren was awake, but after her nap, they didn't hide anything. I saw them kissing, heard them planning. Kyla was talking about leaving me, about how Zach would be a better father figure, about how they'd take everything I owned. I wasn't letting this guy get away with this, stealing my family from me. I saved everything, every video, every timestamp. I had everything ready to go before I even came home. I hired a lawyer, and he said it was more than enough. It came out of nowhere, completely destroying her and this clown Zach. She showed up to court crying, while I was already way over her. Kyla tried to claim I was an absent father, always traveling, but the judge saw the footage of her bringing her affair partner around our child. I got to keep our daughter 95% of the time, and a year later, she hasn't said Zach once.